The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, Breakout Investing, with your host, Ken Shreve.
Good afternoon, friends. Happy Monday. Welcome to another edition of Breakout Investing on TFNN, now 5 days a week from 3 to 4 Eastern. Thanks very much for tuning in. Hopefully it's going to be a good, solid day of, solid week of trading, I should say. If you want to give me a call, the number to use, it's the same number, toll free, 877-927-6648. If you can't listen to the show live, my daily reminder, go ahead and check it out on iTunes. It is available as a podcast where you can download it there. And yeah, there's a cool app on iTunes called Downcast. Downcast, a great way to get the podcast without having to hook into iTunes. So check that out. And don't forget, if you're out and around, you can type in tfnn.mobi in your smartphone browser, and you could listen to the stream that way as well. Don't forget to check out Tiger TV on the homepage of tfnn.com. Not only do you get the show audio, but you can look at charts live right along with me. And if you've been listening to the show for any amount of time, you know I go through quite a bit of charts on the program on a daily basis. Folks, got a great new special going on at TFNN.com. Quickly, new Tiger Dollar special. If you purchase Tiger Dollars by September 16th, not only do you get a lot of bang for your buck, but you'll also get free access to a 5-hour online live trading workshop with my man Tom O'Brien. Tom's going to show people exactly how he trades using a live account, so you can get free access to that if you purchase Tiger Dollars by September 16th. All the details are on the homepage of TFNN.com, but you can use Tiger Dollars to to buy premium services on the website. You spend $500, you get a 20% match on your money. The more money you spend, the bigger match you get. If you don't do it by September 16th, you just don't get as big a match. So be sure to check that out right on the homepage of TFNN.com. All right, taking a look at the VIX today before we get to the major averages. VIX hits an intraday low of 1397. It is up near its session high right now, which is causing some selling pressure in the broad market. The VIX was recently trading around 1521, up close to 6% on the day. Let's see what that is doing to the major averages here. Tech stocks under pressure for most of the session. They are near session lows right now. The NASDAQ composite is anyway, down almost 27 points, close to 0.9% to 3109. You can see where this NASDAQ composite has come in recent weeks. It has been a solid move higher. You see it's still comfortably holding above its 50-day moving average here, the NASDAQ composite. From its current price level, you're talking a pullback of about 4% to get all the way down to that 29.90 price level. That's the 50-day moving average for the NASDAQ. So, certainly one day of selling is not going to change my view on this market. And you look at the volume in the NASDAQ today, yeah, volume has been light in the market for seemingly forever, but right now NASDAQ volume is tracking about 15% lighter than what we saw Friday. Friday we had volume slightly above average on the NASDAQ at 1.7 billion shares. Right now, we're looking at maybe 1.4, 1.5, maybe something like that. So below average, low volume sell-off. Leading stocks really not, some growth stocks, of course, with the NASDAQ down 0.8%, 0.9%. You see some names out there down 2%, 3% on the day, but very, very few instances where I'm seeing meaningful signs of institutional selling. The one exception, I will say, is Apple. Volume is a little bit heavy in Apple today. Apple is a current long in my Ultimate Growth Stocks model portfolio over at TFNN. The portfolio, of course, has been outperforming nicely during this recent market uptrend. And, kind of a bearish day for Apple here. Volume is tracking above average. A little bit some big sellers in the stock today, which is causing cause for concern. But if you buy a growth stock at the right time, when it is coming out of a consolidation, you can sit through pullbacks. Okay, so just because I'm seeing some heavy volume selling in Apple today doesn't mean I'm ready to just head for the exits and give up on this stock. Is it possible that Apple could sell the news when they introduce the new iPhone 5 on September 12th? That's going to be on Wednesday. Absolutely. I mean, sell the news is just a part of any market. I mean, the market could sell the news at the conclusion of the two-day Fed meeting later this week on Thursday. So it's always a possibility. I don't like the price action in Apple today at all, but I've got a good cushion in it, so I'm not going to. Again, I'm in no rush to sell the stock here. I'll watch how it acts around key support levels. Let's see if I have another chart in here of Apple. Yeah, I don't. But on a weekly chart, actually, let me pull up a weekly chart of Apple here. This will give good perspective here. Okay, so we're going to punch in Apple here. Take a look at the weekly chart with the 10-week moving average and the 40-week moving average. This provides good perspective. Apple right now trading around 666, 667, something like that. You see its 10-week moving average here at 634. A pullback, that's about 30 points below where it is now. But, when you look at the weekly chart, a pullback to the 10-week moving average would be a completely realistic scenario, considering that it's up for 6 straight weeks. So you have to allow stocks time to digest their gains. I would consider Apple a broken stock if it takes out its 10-week moving average in very, very heavy volume. In other words, if some modest signs of institutional selling today, but if it continues, if it becomes persistent, if Apple eventually takes out the 10-week moving average down around 634, then that would tell me that the stock may be ready to consolidate gains for a period of time, and but that situation has not fully played out yet. So some selling pressure in Apple today. By and large, most growth stocks in my screens are falling in light volume, still holding above support levels. So not really showing anything in the way of alarming price action. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. We know that tech stocks are outperforming. Selling pressure much less muted on the S&P. It is down 5 points now, 0.4% to 1432, almost 1433. Still comfortably holding above its 50-day moving average here. The S&P 500 would have to pull back a little over 3% to get down to that 1386 support level, which again is its 50-day moving average. So some selling pressure in the market. Volume on the NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange tracking much lighter than what we saw Friday. Again, volume Friday on the New York Stock Exchange average 676 million shares. We're probably looking at 525, 550 million today if volume stays the way it is. NASDAQ volume on Friday slightly above average at 1.7 billion. We are looking at maybe 1.4, 1.5 billion today. Remember last week, Friday, we had the August employment report. Disappointing number. The market responded actually not too bad. The economy created 96,000 jobs in August. That was below expectations, which were right around 130,000, 125,000 thereabouts. The unemployment rate did move a little bit lower to 8.1%. But there are some saying that the disappointing jobs data on Friday could force the Fed's hand Thursday. I'm really kind of up in the air. I'm 50-50. I don't think it's a slam dunk that the Fed is going to announce new stimulus on Thursday. I think it's probably 50-50 at this point. Some are saying that it is a slam dunk and that we are going to hear something from the Fed, but it sure will be interesting to see how the market reacts. Do we sell the news? Does more money continue to come in from the sidelines if the market likes what it hears? Again, we'll just kind of let price and volume be our guide here. But overall, what I know right now, market-leading stocks look fine. The technical picture of the overall market looks fine. No reason to get too bearish at this point. Don't forget, on Wednesday, one day ahead of the the two-day Fed meeting starts on Wednesday, on September 12th. So also on September 12th, we're going to get a decision from Germany's Federal Constitutional Court that could determine the fate of the Eurozone's rescue fund called the ESM, or the European Stability Mechanism. I'm thinking this is probably going to be a non-event, but it is a European headline that the market will be focusing on. As we talked about Apple, some heavy volume selling in Apple today ahead of the introduction of the iPhone on September 12th, day after tomorrow. Taking a look at some other growth names under pressure here. Let's take a look at Michael Kors Holding. It's hanging in there pretty good. This has been a big winner in the Ultimate Growth Stocks model portfolio. Again, I can deal with one day of selling here, especially a stock like this that is holding above support levels. A company with a growth story like Michael Kors has. The luxury brand has been a very, very successful stock in the market. Late Friday, kind of strange timing, but late Friday, the stock fell in after-hours trading on news of a 20 million share secondary offering. So anytime a company adds more shares to the shares outstanding, that raises earnings dilution concerns. But all in all, I would say Kors is holding in there pretty well. It is down 4% to 53.75. But again, when you have a cushion in a stock, you don't have to flip in and out of stocks. You can afford to be patient. So I'm not overly concerned about the news of the share offering stocks. Strong stocks like this tend to ultimately, shake off news of a share offering. I think there are a lot of growth fund managers that are still sticking behind this company's growth story, and so all in all, not too bad for Michael Kors today. Let's take a look at AIG. This was a big headline stock today. American International Group, the big insurer. The U.S. Treasury Department's stake in AIG will fall from 53% all the way down to 20%. So it's now a minority owner. The U.S. Treasury Department is going to sell, or they're going to have an $18 billion stock offering. AIG has said it will buy up to $5 billion of the offering. Sunday's announcement by the Treasury Department comes just a month after the Treasury sold almost 189 million AIG shares for $5.75 billion. That sale was priced at $30.50 a share. So AIG right now down 66 cents to 33.33. This looks like it will be a profitable trade for the Treasury Department. Let's take a look at shares of Hewlett-Packard, HPQ. Hewlett-Packard up a little bit today, up 1.1%, outperforming to $17.48. Going up for the wrong reasons, though. The company disclosed in a filing earlier today that it plans to lay off an additional 2,000 workers, a little more than expected as part of its restructuring efforts. That would bring the total planned headcount reduction to about 29,000 over the next 2 years. So big layoffs at Hewlett-Packard as the company tries to get back to consistent profitability. I don't like the stock at all. I think it's companies this big trying to reinvent themselves at this stage of the game. Very, very tough task, difficult thing to do when you're a company that size. All right, folks, thanks very much for tuning in again. We're headed into break number 1. We'll be back in 3 or 4 minutes. Ken Shreve with you on Breakout Investing on TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kay Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Breakout Investing on TFNN. A strengthening VIX and a strengthening dollar today. Not great news for the major averages. Checking in on the VIX here again today. Up near its session high, up close to 7% to 1535. Still stuck underneath its 50-day moving average here at 1656. That could be a resistance level in the near term, but the VIX up near its session high. And the U.S. dollar is also higher today, but not by much, up about 12 ticks to 80.37. 80.37, that's the last on the U.S. dollar index. Here's a look at the dollar index as of Friday's close. Just a very bearish day for the dollar. On Friday, when that jobs report came out, the thinking was that the weaker than expected employment report is all but, just going to force the Fed hands this week on Thursday, and that we are going to get some stimulus. I'm not convinced yet, but we'll see what the Fed has to say on Thursday. But a very bearish day for the U.S. dollar index on Friday. It lost close to 1% to 80.25, trying to rally back above its 200-day moving average today, but still stuck underneath the line. Again, at 80.37, the 200-day moving average for the dollar index is at 80.67. Taking a look at crude oil today, not much movement in crude oil. Ended at 96.54 a barrel, up 0.1%. Couple of headlines in the energy sector today. Let's check in on shares of PXP. BP, Plains Exploration and Production Company. Stock is taking a hit today, down a little over 9% to $36.60. It's paying about $6 billion for oil fields in the U.S. Gulf of Mexico. $5.5 billion is going to go to British Petroleum. It's also going to pay $560 million to buy a 50% stake from Royal Dutch Shell in the Holstein field, about 100 miles south of New Orleans. So Plains Exploration and Production under some pressure today. And another headline, let's check in on shares of Transocean, RIG. Transocean down near its session low, under some selling pressure today. Not a technically healthy stock at all here. It is down 3.1% to $46.13. Transocean agreed to sell 38 shallow water drilling rigs to Shelf Drilling International Holdings for about a little over $1 billion. Checking in on some energy names here. Oil States International. OIS, Oil States International. You can see headed into today working on 5 straight gains. It did break out Friday over a swing point of 81.03. So you actually had a nice cup with handle breakout in this stock last week, but no follow through. The stock is down 1% today to 81.96. Still not a bad looking chart here. OIS on the New York Stock Exchange. And in the same industry group, OII, which is a company called Oceaneering, another services company, setting up in a base here, vying for a breakout over 56.45, but you can see on Thursday it tried to get close to that $56 price level. It finished near its session low, rallied a little bit on Friday, but today the stock is down 37 cents, 0.7% to $54.65. So not out of the possibility that we could see a breakout in this name, but Oceaneering and Oil States International, a couple of decent looking charts in the oil services group. Gold today down $8.70 to $17.31.80 an ounce. 877-927-6648. Let's talk to Rick over in Orlando, Florida. Wants to talk LOW. Happy Monday, Rick. How are you?
I'm doing fine, sir. Thanks, Ken, for taking my call today.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
I'm watching a lot of things going on. It looks like we're getting a little toppy, so I want to get your opinion on taking a short position in Lowe's, L-O-W.
LOW, Lowe's Companies. This is a company that obviously competes with Home Depot, has been in rally mode lately for sure. Lowe's. My general rule with shorting stocks, Rick, is, well, first of all, I don't short stocks in my Ultimate Growth Stocks model portfolio. If I want to make a bearish bet, I'll buy an index short ETF or something like that. But with Lowe's Companies, this is a stock that had recently climbed above resistance at 27.61. It's at 28.76 right now, so I'm really not seeing sell signals in the stock that would tell me a short position is going to be profitable in the near term. I'll tell you what, Rick, you want to hang on the line. We'll come back, finish up the thought about Lowe's, because I got to take a break. You want to hang on the line?
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Okay, hang tight. We'll come back and talk about Lowe's. So Rick's going to hang out for a few minutes. My name is Ken Shreve. You're listening to Breakout Investing on TFNN. We will be right back.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now. Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her Small Cap Roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
This segment is brought to you by Direction Shares. To learn more about tactical tools for the sophisticated active investor, hit the Direction Shares banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Breakout Investing on TFNN. Rick from Orlando, Florida, is still on the line with me. He's not so sure about the health of this market. Market might be looking toppy, so he's thinking about shorting Lowe's companies, L-O-W. You still with me, right, Rick?
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay. So here's my 2 cents on Lowe's. We're in a market uptrend right now. Okay, so and I'm not really seeing any sell signals in the broad market, nor am I seeing a lot of short setups out there when it comes to individual stocks. The thing about Lowe's is that it did take out a swing point to the upside of 28.71. It's right now trading at 28.76. So you're thinking about shorting a stock here that is actually acting pretty well technically, which is rule number one, sort of a yellow flag here. You're better off shorting stocks that are acting weak. Now, I'm going to get
more poorly.
more poorly. Yeah. Exactly. So
cool.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I'm gonna give you a name here, a stock, a growth name that is really starting to underperform the market, and you can take a look at it. But it's and really when I'm looking at all of my screens, I'm seeing a lot more bullish setups than bearish setups at this point. But that's sort of a function of the market that we're in, where we had breakouts for the indices last week, and again, I'm still bullish here, so it makes sense that I'm not seeing seeing a lot of bearish, setups in individual stocks. But here's a name that is materially underperforming the market, and I think technically it is looking very weak, and that is a ticker symbol WWWW. It's a company called Web.com Group.
Yeah.
And so this is an example where Lowe's companies, you have a stock that is sort of acting well here. There are buyers in the stock. It's taking out a swing point today. Volume hasn't been huge in Lowe's, but a name like WWW, if you look at a daily chart, it's been trying to get back above its 50-day moving average. Made an effort back in early August. It failed. It tried to rally back in light volume, and you can see over the past 4 or 5 days here. Let me put it up in Tiger TV. It is really having a hard time getting back above that 50-day moving average.
Right.
And
his trend and is just the opposite of the one I asked you about, Lowe's. You know that?
Exactly.
It's just, and in fact, he's making a large pennant, isn't he? Kind of like.
Well, you want to short weakness. You don't want to short strength, and that's a common pitfall of many investors. You want to, when you're shorting, one of the most common mistakes investors can make is they short strength. Now, shorting strength can work. And, even if you were to short Lowe's, LOW, the only downside that I could see to that stock, if the market comes in here, disappointed by what the Fed has to say, but even if Lowe's does come in, I really don't see that much downside below 27. So you're talking maybe $1.50, $1.75 worth of profit if it does go down. And you short
high risk, low return.
I think that's what you would call that. Yeah.
Okay. I brought up that WWW. He's got a pattern similar to my alternative, and that's Best Buy. But I like this WW. Thank you very much, Ken.
All right, Rick, don't be a stranger. Feel free to call anytime. Appreciate the phone call.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, Rick from Orlando, Florida. And, folks, I got to tell you, I've been in the business for a long time, got my start in Investors Business Daily in the mid-'90s, and I get asked a lot about stocks to short, and people short strength, and that is a big mistake. If you're, there's nothing wrong. You can make money shorting stocks. You can make money shorting the general market, but you don't want to be shorting during uptrends. That is swimming against too tough a tide. Lowe's, not so much. I mean, it could head lower from here, but you pull up support levels for Lowe's, and you'll see it's 50-day moving average at 27.61. It could find support there, and then longer. That's 200-day moving average, the red line here, and then the 50-day underneath that at 26.92. Call it 27. So you're talking maybe 1-2 points of a profit on the short side here before the stock would most likely firm up. Web.com, WWW, 4 W's in that ticker symbol. It's a growth stock that had been running higher for a while, and it has been really starting to materially underperform the market. So short weakness, don't short strength. All right, taking a look at some other names here today. Let's take a look at Mellanox, MLNX. Interesting action in this stock recently. Heavy volume came into the stock Friday. Look at it firming up at its 50-day moving average here, though. It has recovered off its lows. Shares hit an intraday low of $94.81. It was a $120 stock last Thursday. So percentage decline has been pretty big over the past 2 trading sessions. Hits an intraday low of $94.81. Last at 101.41, so it's down about 8.5% today. The news here is that despite bright growth prospects for the company's CEO, Michael Gray, is retiring, and the company named Jacob Schulman as Chief Financial Officer in a transition that will be effective November 5th. So Mellanox under quite a bit of pressure today. 877-927-6648. Going to head over to the East Coast now, talk to Steve in Nashua, New Hampshire. How you doing, Steve?
Yeah, Ken, how are you?
I'm fine.
Hey, thanks for taking the call. NVIDIA, Tom and the folks they were talking about maybe a month ago, I think it had some good news and took off. I'm just wondering, from mid-July to mid-August, was that an A to B leg? Can you discern, or I'm wondering where it eventually is going to?
Well, I mean, it's a weak, it's a weak stock that's looking more like a short setup here than a long setup. So by talking your A and B point, are you looking to make a bearish play here, or you think it's bottoming and might start to move higher?
Yeah, the latter, bottoming. Yeah, I thought maybe in the mid to longer term it might be.
Well, I mean, your swing point, you got a 1522 swing point that was set on August 10th, but the picture that I'm seeing here is a stock that remains under selling pressure. And if you listen to my last phone call with Rick talking about these stocks that take out support levels and then stay underneath there and can't get back above it. That looks to me like what NVIDIA is doing here. So I would say the path of least resistance at this point is downward, and you look at its recent lows around maybe $11.50, $12 in that area. It could firm up in that $11, $12 area. So how much more downside? Again, support at $11.50, $12 a share or so. A little bit, but not much more.
Yeah, I don't have the screen in front of me, but I did look at a 2-year. I think I don't know what the peak was. They 30s or something, high 20s, I forget. But then it seemed to almost kind of flatline since.
Yeah, I mean it's. You go back. Let's see. I mean, I see it was about $26. That was a high that it hit back in February of last year, but it's just been it's been in a technical downtrend ever since, and for this one to break its downtrend, it's going to have to probably get over $15-16 a share. That seems like a long ways away at this point.
I got you. Yeah, I was really just curious if that mid-July to mid-August was an A-B leg, but because of the volume increase there too,
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, for sure. I think I would agree with that. But it looks weak, not strong to me, for sure.
Right. Okay, I'll keep an eye on it. I thank you very much.
All right, Steve. Appreciate it. Thanks for the call.
I know.
All right, Steve from Nashua, New Hampshire. So, talking about, NVIDIA here, another stock that, definitely is showing more signs of weakness than strength at this point, down another close to 1% today to 13.28. But you can see some lows here, right around $12 a share back in July, and then a longer-term low here down around $11 a share back in June. So, all right, talking about Mellanox under a lot of selling pressure. Another growth name that I have been watching, but this one's really suffering from a hangover. A secondary offering last week. Zillow, online real estate services provider. Stock getting hit today, down 4.7% today to $40.63. Trying to hold above its 50-day moving average here. $39.62 is the 50-day line for Zillow, but volume not as heavy as it was Friday on that secondary offering. The stock priced 4 million shares Friday at $43 a share, but under more selling pressure today, down 4.7% to $40.63. So was watching this one for a possible breakout over that $44 price level. It was just last Thursday when it was really making an effort to take out that swing point, but then boom, you get the secondary, and sellers have been in the stock the past 2 days. So I'm not a buyer here yet. Going to wait for the selling pressure to run its course. It has not broken down by any means yet, but has been acting weak the past 2 sessions. A lot of names out there showing interesting action around their 50-day moving averages here. Colgate-Palmolive, this stock really took a hit today. Heavy volume. Didn't see any specific news. Consumer stock, defensive name here. Colgate-Palmolive down 2.4% today to 103.76. And you can see a convincing break below the 50-day moving average here with some volume. So some big investors getting out of that stock today. Take a look at shares of Ross Stores, a longtime leader in the retail sector. Ross Stores under pressure on Friday. It is under renewed pressure again today. You can see it is taking out its 50-day moving average here. It's done it a couple times in recent months, has been able to rally back. We'll see if its recent price action is going to be the start of a new base for the discount retailer. Ross Stores down 1.7% today to 66.96. Volume does look like it's going to come in higher than Friday. So Ross Stores takes out its 50-day line. Take a look at some of these 3D printer companies. So start with 3D Systems. 3D Systems has not taken out its 50-day moving average yet, but a lot of selling pressure in this name over the past 4 or 5 trading sessions. Still holding above the 50-day moving average, but not by much. Shares of 3D Systems down 4.2% today to 38.97. Its 50-day line at 38.25. 38.25. So barely holding the 50-day moving average is 3D Systems. And then a stock in the same industry group. Let's take a look at Stratasys. Stratasys also getting close to its 50-day moving average. Not quite there yet. It is actually outperforming today, up 1% to 63.58. Still holding above the 50-day line at 60.43. So a lot of names out there, starting to look, they may find support. That's the good thing. A lot of these big market leaders, they come down to their 50-day moving averages. Buyers come in and support. That tends to happen during market uptrends, but definitely some market-moving headlines coming later in the week. We'll see what the Fed has to say on Thursday. Could very well bring more buyers into the market, and, we could see a lot of these names find support at their 50-day lines. Interactive Corporation, IACI, another stock that has been consolidating gains since July. Not doing anything wrong at all, still holding above its 50-day moving average. Stock was recently trading around 51.45. Its 50-day line is at 50.35. And then finally, let's take a look at HMSY, Health Management Systems, HMS Holdings. This one is starting to look weak as well. Remember, if you're looking for short candidates, you want to look at stocks that are running out of steam. This one looks like it's running out of steam to me. HMSY on the NASDAQ. Good company here, good fundamentals, but buying demand has been drying up for quite some time. Stock is down close to 2% today to 33.62, trading below its 50-day moving average. Some interesting movers here today. Let's take a look at Allot Communications, ALLT. This is a small cap stock, market cap below $1 billion, but outstanding growth prospects here. Allot Communications makes network optimization products. Took out a swing point of 28.08 early in the day, hit an intraday high of 29.05, but weakness in the broad market getting in the way of this breakout a little bit. It is trading pretty much right at that swing point, but good volume in the stock today. Haven't checked on the major averages in a little while. Why don't we do that right now? Check in on the NASDAQ Composite. I'm sure we're going to see this down near its session lows, and that is the case. It is has been bleeding for, ever since I came on the air, really. NASDAQ Composite now down 33 points, a little over 1% to 31.02, almost 31.03. And the S&P 500, we'll see that is near its session low, pretty much at its session low, down close to 9 points, 0.6% to 14.29. So mentioned early on that there is no volume behind the declines today, so this could be just some old-fashioned vanilla profit taking. Not clear to me that institutions are dumping today. Might be the case later in the week, but I'm not really seeing anything alarming other than the fact that indices are near lows. NASDAQ volume, New York Stock Exchange volume tracking much lighter than what we saw Friday. We'll be right back, folks.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kay Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've seen him on Tiger TV, as well as being featured as a regular CNBC guest and contributor, and now you can have access to his expert trading advice each morning through his daily trading newsletter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading stocks, options, and indices every market day. Market Insights comes out each market day before 9:30 a.m., and provides traders with Tom's daily commentary, opinion, and specific trade recommendations on the markets. Using advanced Fibonacci methods, volume indicators, Gartley patterns, candlestick charting, gaps, and market timing, Market Insights will give you specific trade recommendations including entry, stop, and exit prices. The summer is over and traders are back. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil's subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to check out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page of TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Catch Tom O'Brien, founder and CEO of TFNN, professional trader and educator. Also a special guest on CNBC, analyzing the commodity markets. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks, as we head into the close here. Just checked on the markets. We'll do that one last time. NASDAQ Composite. Here you can look at this in Tiger TV with me. Under some selling pressure. Definitely near its session low. Not much volume behind the decline. NASDAQ Composite down about 1% now to 3104. And the S&P 500 also near its session low. But not down as much as the NASDAQ, down 8 points, 0.6% to 1429. Folks, I mentioned Ultimate Growth Stocks, my weekly newsletter at TFNN. If you want to get 30 days free of Ultimate Growth Stocks, you can do that right on the homepage of TFNN.com. You can see me in the carousel there. You can try out Ultimate Growth Stocks. You can also click on Investment Newsletters on the homepage, then actually click Newsletters and then Investment Newsletters. You can find Ultimate Growth Stocks that way as well. I use a combination of fundamental and technical analysis to to evaluate stocks. And I'm a top-down investor, meaning that it takes a lot more than just a fundamentally strong company for me to buy that stock. I want to make sure I'm buying during a market uptrend, swimming with the market tide. That is why I've been putting money to work since July. So I've got some outperformance to show right now. But you know what? If I see signs that institutions are starting to take profits, if I start to see signs of an uptrend, I am not afraid to take profits, trim positions, raise cash, and get out of the market's way. So I am proactive. I am not a believer in watching small losses turn into big losses. I know where I'm going to sell a stock even before I buy it. So preservation of capital is very important to me. Another reminder about the Tiger Dollar promotion. If you purchase Tiger Dollars by September 16th, you will get free access to a 5-hour online live trading workshop with Tom O'Brien, where Tom will trade a live account. Tiger Dollars can be used to purchase anything at TFNN.com, including my newsletter. You basically, if you spend $500, you get 20% match on the dollar amount that you spend. The more money you spend, the bigger match you get. So it's a very good deal. Take advantage of that by September 16th. You can buy Tiger Dollars anytime, but if you don't do it before September 16th, if you do it afterwards, you just get a smaller match on your money. So be sure to check that out. Coming up after the close today, we've got a couple of interesting earnings reports. Let's take a look at Five Below. This is an interesting retailer that came public in July. It's not doing too badly today, only down 27 cents to 35.11. Five Below is an interesting concept. They offer merchandise to the teen crowd priced $5 and below. It's expected to earn a penny a share, with sales up 32% to $82 million. So this is an interesting new issue that has a lot going for it. And then a tech name, Palo Alto Networks. That's PANW. At last check, this one was doing okay, and it still is. Look at that, up $1.09, 1.5% today to $71.83, ahead of earnings after the close. It's expected to post break-even profit, with sales up 63% to $65.7 million. Palo Alto Networks is a network security firm. So a couple of new issues there. And then Tuesday, before the open, UNFI, United Natural Foods. Buyers in this stock ahead of earnings tomorrow before the open. It's expected to earn 51 cents a share, up 19% from a year ago, with sales up 14% to $1.3 billion. A lot of organic stuff working in the market here. United Natural Foods is near its session low, but still up 41 cents to 60.26 ahead of the results. That'll do it for this edition of Breakout Investing. Coming up next, the Tom O'Brien Show. Folks, I'll see you back here tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern, for another edition of Breakout Investing. Have a great afternoon.